Hello guys, Small Room Report here. My mission for you today is to give you the most unbiased and hopefully most accurate election prediction. We're starting off here with the United States House of Representatives, and this is going to be a coin flip. This is the only area that I genuinely view as a coin flip. Like, if you flip a coin, it'll give you like the same odds as what's going on here. And some election forecast models show Republicans as a slight favorite, others show Democrats as a slight favorite. And what I'm here to do today is to put my bias aside and tell you what I think is going to happen. So right now you have 207, 207, not many toss-up seats, and the reason why that is because both Republicans and Democrats have gerrymandered in their respective states where they have control of the state legislature. So what that ultimately entails is a situation where competitive seats have been minimized, and I think that it's a bad thing generally, gerrymandering, because you're not giving proportional political representation. We're going to go state by state where there are toss-ups. Marie Perez is running against Joe Kemp. This is a seat that is historically leaned towards Republican, but recently, based off given a suburban trend, has been Democratic, and Marie Perez was able to flip that seat in an upset. I think she'll be able to hold on to it barely. Joe Kemp is a weak candidate, and he's not a good fit for the district. The other one, Lori Chavez de Ramir, although I think Kamala Harris will be able to win that state very easily, I think that she'll barely be able to hold on to her respective seat. California, very blue state, although I think Kamala will win California very easily. I think that the incumbent Republicans will be able to barely hold on to their seats. Alaska, I think that even though the polling is showing Peltola to be a slight underdog, I think she barely holds on to the seat, although I do think Trump is going to win Alaska. I don't think it's going to be a strong enough margin to carry her challenger over the top. Arizona is very interesting. I think Democrats ignored these two seats, and these seats I'm like the most uncertain about, but I'm going to split the difference, and this will just make it a lot easier because I could totally see a world where, based off the money Democrats are putting in, they flip both. I could totally see a world where, based off dissatisfaction with the border, where that carries Trump over the top in Arizona, where both of them win. But for safety, I'm just going to put one as a Democratic flip and the other as a Republican hold. Colorado, I think that the incumbent is going to barely hold on. Colorado has been going super blue, and I don't think that's going to change this election, even in the best case scenario for Trump on election night. This had a default set to Don Bacon, but I think he'll hold on to it barely. He's a very strong incumbent, very moderate. Even though I think Kamala will be able to hold on to the 2nd congressional district, I totally think that Don Bacon will barely be able to hold on to that seat. These two here, I think they're going to go tilting towards Republicans. North Carolina, Don Davis, I think that this is the state that I was talking about where it was a fair map somewhat for 2022, but Republicans were able to redistrict and gerrymander it in their favor. But given how the Republican candidate for governor is underperforming, given how close the race is on the presidential level, I think that Democrats will be able to hold on to that seat. Virginia, even though I think it's going to be close at the presidential level, I think Democrats will be able to hold on to that seat. Pennsylvania, Scott Perry, I think he'll be able to barely hold on, but I totally would be surprised if he lost. Matthew Cartwright, very populist sort of worker, and I think his appeal will carry him over the finish line. Michigan, I think Democrats will be able to hold on to both seats, even though I think Trump will be able to win the state. New York is a very interesting case. I think New York is going to have a few upsets. They'll be able to keep that seat. They'll be able to hold this one. I think Pat Ryan will barely win. Mike Lawler is correct, and all the other ratings here are pretty much accurate. And the 2nd congressional district of Maine, I think that Jared Golden will be able to barely survive. He has strong ties to the district, and he is liked in the district, but this is going to be his most competitive race. Any seat makes a difference. Even in my prediction, all Democrats have to do is pull off 3 upsets. All they have to do is flip Don Bacon's seat, which most forecasters are saying is going to happen. All they have to do is flip that other Arizona seat, and you could literally pick another toss-up where they are favored to win based off of the polling margins. Given the dynamics and given everything that I'm seeing and I'm thinking, I think Republicans will be able to barely hold on to the House. They'll have a smaller margin than when they started off in the last congressional session. Although with this map, it's super volatile, and I think the House is going to be something that we won't know who won the House on election night unless Democrats pull large margins across the swing seats, or unless Republicans do the same thing. I think it's going to be a very similar situation where it takes us about a week to find out who won the House. And it makes a big difference because based off my prediction where I think Trump will win a comfortable electoral college victory and where he might even win the popular vote, based off my prediction for Republicans being very easily able to flip the Senate, if they don't have the House, they won't be able to pass tax cuts, deregulation, and all of these sorts of things. All it takes is Democrats winning the House 218 or more. They're very organized, and they would be able to just keep government at a halt. And you won't see anything more than like omnibus bills and budget bills going through. And with these margins, given how Republicans are unable to work with each other compared to Democrats, it's going to be very difficult to see legislation passing through, even with a trifecta, compared to how it was when Trump won in 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please vote if you have not already voted already.